So the new batsman is the Kenyan captain, Maurice Odumbe. A big moment for him. He's probably the most stylish batsman in this Kenyan lineup. That's the view looking down on this ground. Lovely lush green outfield, and that's the card. So Kenya have lost their second wicket. Otieno caught by Mongia off Raju for 27. Well, that's well bowled and a big appeal for caught behind. No nick really, so that's the end of the successful over for Raju, and it's 65 for 2. Let's see if we can pick up any spin here. Not really, and it did miss the bat by a long way. It might have been a noise as the bat went past the pad. This is the wicket again. Just a little bit of a glove stroke, handle stroke, back edge there, and up she goes. That's the end of him. It's a short delivery, trying to generate a little extra pace there. That's nicely played away, and comfortably back for the second. That's a good throw. That's much better. Tikolo getting that one away square on the onside.
Srinath, the man making the throw there.
Well, that's well played. Lovely cover drive. The sweep is in position. Once again a fumble, and they're coming back for the second. That's good running. Well, it's good to see these Kenyans taking advantage of the odd fumble.
It was Maurice Odumbe this time who was quick to call for the second one. And another very good shot this by Stephen Tikolo.
Looking for two, but not on, but they're always on the lookout.
Yes, that's another aspect of the Kenyan batting which has been very impressive. They're running between the wickets. They've always taken the first turn very hard, very fast, and they've put pressure on the Indian fielders.
Will be at least a couple. The odd stray ball, but very few. He's worked really hard, probably, on his bowling, hasn't he? And he seems to have progressed year by year.
Yes, he has, and the experience of playing in county cricket must have helped him. Mind you, he got 100 wickets over there. But having come in from that experience in the county cricket, one could see that he is bowling a little slower, giving the ball just a little bit more air than he used to earlier on. He's added that bit of variety now to his bowling.
Just got an edge on that. Another couple, and the score progressing nicely again. 79 for 2 off 25. There's the Kenyans giving it everything. Lovely spirit around today. Both sets of supporters. They're heavily outnumbered, but they're having a good time. Why not? Difficult to read their minds, Sonny. What kind of total do you think that they'd settle for? Obviously, you'd expect whatever they set India to get, but if they can get over 200, I think they'd be pretty pleased.
Yes, I think the Kenyans are probably looking at a score of 220 or thereabouts. But they have wickets in hand.
He's just got something on that, maybe just as well. It looked pretty straight to me. But he's got it round for 4. And the first bit of initiative for some time comes off, but it was mighty close.
Manoj Prabhakar is not the swiftest of movers in the Indian team, and although the ball was played fine, he did struggle to get there. That's something which will cheer the Kenyans up, that boundary.
Tikolo now on 24. Now 25. Such a consistent performer. He's so rarely failed for his country. They love a camera. Oh. Well, he fell and he did very well to get contact. End of the over. 30 gone now. 94 for 2.
This will Steve Tikolo is on 35 now off 63 balls. So he's going along pretty well. He's been trying to consolidate this innings.
And that's a loose delivery from Sachin Tendulkar, and Steve Tikolo has been long enough to deal with deliveries like that. No problem in dispatching it over square leg for 4.
Here's rank full toss, that one, and they should be hit for 4, and this one was. Got to be a little careful you don't hit it down the fieldsman's throat. He didn't. Got the gap down there at backward square leg. So 4 more to the total. Oh, I've got to say, he's looking nice and comfortable. That is a lovely shot. Again, just a little bit short. They're beginning to get used to Tendulkar's pace now. Have to be a little careful of his variation. I suppose that's his strength. He slips in the odd leg cutter, bowls a slower ball. Every now and again bowls one a little quicker.
Nicely played again on the offside by Steve Tikolo, and again very good running. Coming back for the second, 121 for 2. Anil Kumble, not really fully fit. He had a viral infection and was running temperature for the last couple of days, but has come out today to play for his country. And certainly must be feeling the effects of that viral infection. Over the top goes Steve Tikolo. He had to take his chance, and Mohammad Jawad Al Srinath pitched that ball up. He went through with the shot and had no problem in clearing mid-off for 4 runs.
Yes, that's brought them alive down there. That wasn't a bad shot. Didn't quite middle it. I'd like to have gone a little bit further with it, but have a look at this, back and across, and he went through with it. Good job too, otherwise it might have popped up to mid-off. Got it over the top of his head, hit it well enough for it to run down to the fence for 4. Yes, I think the Indians, you can hear the noise out there now. They're getting a little restless. They want a wicket or 2.
So 138 for 2, 12 overs to go. This partnership now having added 73 runs for the 3rd wicket. Venkatesh Prasad should continue the attack. And the batsman on strike would be the Kenyan captain, Maurice Odumbe.
Well, that run rate just nudging up a little bit now, getting a little closer to 4 and over. The Indian captain, Mohammad Azharuddin, is out there today. A hero in this place he is, and this is his 200th one-day international. Only Kapil Dev has played more than him. He's played 224, that's of the Indians. Alan Border, of course, has played more than anyone, 273. Desmond Haynes, 238. Richardson, 219. That's Richie Richardson. Javed Miandad, he'll go a little further ahead, 228 he's played.
Again, a slower ball from Prasad. Varying his pace, so important at this stage of the innings. There you see him rolling his fingers on that ball. So important that you don't allow the batsman to get into any sort of pattern. Must make him think. And again, but this time Tikolo gets it away to long off, and that's his half-century. A fine innings, his first game in the World Cup, and he surely will be a very happy man.
Yes, well, all his teammates were up out of their chairs when he brought up his half-century. And more than his teammates, they want more, and they want him quickly.
Well, they've done well, particularly the fellow on your screen there. Tikolo on 51, the run rating proving. He's doing his part. The captain, though, needs to get on with it a little bit more. They've got batting all the way down. And they've got to be looking to something well in excess of 200. Well, there's a good answer. Over the top. There's 6.
That certainly was a good blow. Stephen Tikolo has been carrying the fight to the Indians, using his feet well there. That was a very good shot. Straight through the line of the ball and well over long off.
Beautiful footwork. And there's the result. Now then. Raju threatened for the first time. One more. How good a player do you think Tikolo is?
I think he's a very good player, Simon. He looks a pretty good player to me. I would love to see him in a test match where he can go out there, settle down and just bat the entire day. He looks a very accomplished player to me, that's for sure.
.150 off 237 balls, 11 fours, and that's 6. He's got that away. And they're coming back for a second. And the throw, not quite what was needed from Tendulkar. And again, taking that first run quickly, putting even the most experienced player under pressure.
Well, they have been running well, these Kenyans.
Just a single. 6 to me, his job at the moment, if he can, would be to give Tikolo as much of the strike as he possibly can.
Yes, but he is also an accomplished player, Simon. Odumbe has been making quite a few runs for Kenya. I think when he's on strike, he needs to try and get a move on as well.
End of the over, 153 for 2. He's got that away, and that could well be 4. It is. Well, this is just what the doctor ordered.
Tikolo has been scoring runs all over the park. Not afraid to use his feet and to go down and hit over the top, and that was a very delicate tickle down the fine leg. Odumbe does bowl with a reasonable amount of pace, so all he has to do is just guide it down in that region.
It's a good stop. Sidhu it was.
Another very delicate dab there by Tikolo.
Through for a single. who's had the virus. We were wondering whether he'd be playing today, but here he is. Yes, three of them have had it. Jadeja, Kumble and Sidhu, but all three playing. And they'll be looking at him to perform early on in the reply. There'll be a target of some sorts for sure, and it could be formidable. He's got him. No, it's a replay. Odumbe making a wild swing. And Katie Francis wants to have another look.
I think umpire Francis was about to give him out and then decided to ask the third umpire. Let's have a look.
Yes, I thought his finger went up. It'd be interesting to have a look at his body language. He's out, no doubt about it. I'm afraid a good innings has come to an end. The end of Odumbe. It's 161 for 3.
I think umpire Francis was definitely sure that he was out, but just decided to ask for the third umpire just to be sure. There he goes, well out of his crease. The bails are off long before the bat is back down. It's 161 for 3 Kenya.
Departure of the captain.
Looking to go over the top, Maurice Odumbe. Again, he thought he had to try and get a move on. Long way out.
Yes, he reached for the